Hi, I'm Michael Maher, CEO of OnePassport. There's a great article in yesterday's Financial Review, 14th of September, on tech industry doubts vaccine passports are on track. I'm quoted as a number of my peers are on what is happening in the sector and whether or not the press releases we're seeing from both state and federal governments are really on track. This whole discussion is about topics that I've talked about on previous videos, which is security and interoperability, connectedness. Federal Digital Minister Stuart Robert has claimed the apps needed to make vaccine passports will be ready at the end of the month. But tech experts warned ancient immunisation registry technology infrastructure and a mishmash of state-based apps risk leaving Australia short of international standards. Yep, that's about right. Obviously, the states are moving at different speeds, and Victoria and New South Wales have got apps that do multiple things, and they're planning to connect their state-based contact tracing aspect to the federal Australian Immunisation Register. Whereas the ACT-developed app, Check in Canberra, which is now used, I think, in Queensland, WA, Tasmania at least, doesn't have that kind of functionality, so they won't be able to do it for now. So different states, different apps, some will, some won't. But no matter what the governments are saying at this stage, to quote the article, so don't shoot me, government, pack of insiders have made a decision. It's basically that the plan being talked about does not tally with the capabilities of the technology used by government. On the basis that the Commonwealth's Australian Immunisation Register is hosted on an old mainframe system, which makes extracting data a challenge. As I've said before, it doesn't matter how cutting edge your technology is with APIs, which are the connectors, if the other bloke's using a spreadsheet or a filing cabinet with paper, you still can't pull data. So I just want to quote some of the discussion here from some of my peers. They're really interesting comments, like Joanne Cooper from Australian Data Exchange. She said, "We do not want 8 apps plus one international solution." But that's the way we're headed if we keep going in these silos. There'll be one app that's state-based to check me in at a cafe or a pub or the footy, something else if I want to go into healthcare, like visit Grand in aged care or go to a hospital, another one for domestic travel, something else for international travel. Soon we will have a plethora of apps that all do the same thing, which is not ideal. But Joanne sums it up really well, and this is where we sit and our daily frustration with government. This decentralized form of citizen-centric services is new and bleeding edge, but often governments lean on themselves to self-build, whereas there are technology companies that can help them through this maze. That's exactly what we see on a daily basis. We talk to a part of a government department and they're interested to work with us. Then you talk to another government department, they're going, "Oh, we're not talking to anyone. We're self-doing it." It's quite fascinating. Great quote here from Danny Leeson, CEO of Elmo. He's saying, the government already works with employers to share information about an employee's salary, superannuation, and taxation via payroll software solutions. So it's not too great a stretch of the imagination to think that this type of information sharing could take place for an employee's vaccination and test status too. The problem is the Australian Immunisation Register does not have an individual connector. So none of us who provide a vaccine passport or in any shape or form at this stage can actually connect an individual through to our. So that means everyone at least once has to log into MyGov, download that certificate, and then they can save it in OnePassport or another solution like that so they can actually use it. The other part the government seems to be ignoring right now is that not everyone is in our. We have a whole lot of people that we call the irregulars. This covers international students, maritime and airline flight crews from overseas, a whole lot of 457 visas, international business visas, people who come to Australia for a contract for a while and then go away again. But it also includes tourists and Australian citizens who get vaccinated outside of Australia. None of these people are in air. None of their vaccinations are in air. Even the Australians who might have a Medicare account and therefore an air account, because they got vaccinated outside of Australia, there is no easy method for them to actually get that data updated into air. So We are a country of migrants and travellers, yet we don't have a solution to look after the irregulars. So there's still a whole lot of holes in the system. We hope the government will start coming to the table and talking to us, people who work and breathe in innovation in this particular niche, because we want to work. We want to make a really good solution for Australia. So if you're looking for something, download OnePassport, try it out, save your details, and be ready for what's coming. Hopefully, the government also comes to the table soon. Thank you.